Hey everyone, Forever2 here, and welcome back to Wuthering Waves for what I can assume Act 8 of the Renacida quest main story. And we're going to be doing the quest Rust Sword and the Sun. If you don't know what that is, here it is. Technically, I'm not sure if it's Act 8, it's more of the Overture quest line, which I have no idea, but maybe a short one or maybe a long one, who knows. So we're going to be doing the Overture main quest here for Renacida. Segue, I'm not sure what that means, but we're back in Septimont to meet up with the Ephor, or Augusta. Yes? So let me read this to you guys before I start the video, or at least officially start the mission. So while waiting for contact from the Ephor's palace, you and Abby arrive at Solace Tavern, where you run into a blind wandering bard, Nestor. Having learned of the Ephor's invitation to the hunt, Nestor shares with you Augusta's stories before she rose to power. So we're going to be learning a lot more about Augusta in this quest. And I finally got through this because I actually did a companion quest while trying to get things ready, you know, material or food or buffs, whatever, trying to upgrade my characters, my resonators to bit. Now I can only upgrade my main resonator to level 75, which it took a lot to try to do, but well, this one. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video as well. I hope you had a good weekend. If you were seeing this on Monday or Tuesday during the weekday. So yeah, I'm just glad to be able to catch up with this thing. I'm pretty much sure that the last video we have worked with Folova and learned a little bit more about her tragic story that led her to join the Fraxidus, and we get to fight Frederico himself, because I don't know why I call him Federico, but Frederico. And I learned, and I may knew about it, or hinted, not really hinted, more like try to assume, that he may have been a pawn used by the Leviathan to gain what it needs, like the gem to corrupt or anything, so it's growing a little bit stronger. No. And we see the tragic end of Folova. Apparently we met her a very long time ago before her hometown was destroyed by a random meteor that changed it to what she is now. And we made a promise that was never fulfilled, to come back to meet up with her. I don't know what Rover does, but we need lore. We need a quest lore that talks about Rover. Why does Rover do what they do? Why do they initiate this starting over phase with blank slate of memory? I want to know as well. But it's going to have to wait for me to catch up with. I'm not sure if there's going to be one. I'm pretty sure there is already a quest or a story about Rover in the beginning, maybe. I missed out an entire year's worth of content in this game, so I'm going to keep pressing it because I'm just going to say it. I hate the fact that I'm going to repeat it, but it's a reminder for myself. So let's go ahead and start this. And like I said, I hope you enjoy the video. Share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you are new to the channel. So, let's go ahead and get a feast.
Muggy day. Sky's gloomy, air's all wet.
I know this, Abby.
Oh, man. Please let me finish my sentence.
I kind of like...
Ugh. Cold. Oh.
A hot meal should warm you right up.
All right. I'm famished. We barely had a bite sprinting all the way here from Raguna.
You know, despite everything, I think Abby may have been my favorite mascot character. Better than Paimon. Second place, well, Eo's the second place. I'm not sure what else I can think of. Pom-Pom, actually Pom-Pom's second place. Eo's is second and a half place.
Whoa,
Ooh, spaghetti.
pinch me! This is a feast and a half.
You're cute, my dude. Brings a smile to my eyes,
Hey,
my
Rover.
face.
So, we did bring enough money, right?
You say-
I mean, we kind of rushed out without grabbing anything.
Honestly, you serious?
Oh, that. Don't worry, money's not an issue.
Why? I mean, I didn't have enough freaking coin to upgrade my characters.
Augusta made sure we're covered.
Really?
All our food and lodging here in Septimon is built straight to the Ephor's palace.
Damn. What is that?
But
What is that?
I think the owner might have overdone it a little.
How come? We're
Better
celebrities.
get used to it. You're the champ of the Great Aegon.
I forgot we're celebrities.
And you know me. If food's on offer, I'll be a scoffer. No leftovers, guaranteed.
My kind of rules. No food on left. Aw. Yeah, this solidifies my reason.
Free meal? The Zephyr really knows how to treat guests. Maybe we should, hang around a bit longer.
We should. Yeah, you may be right.
This smells amazing.
I love shrimp. I can tell you that. Shrimp is good. Seven man.
Abby?
Shrimp is good.
What do you think Imperator wants me to find? If Cardathia's right, the last clues should be somewhere on the Sanguis Plateaus.
Let's see. The Sanguis Plateaus was once the Septimont front line against the Dark Tide. Due to the region's unique landscape, remnant energy gathers here in unusual density, along with a black cloud perpetually looming around. Formed since the first Dark Tide, during the high tide seasons, gladiators from across Septimont arrive here to hunt Dark Tide creations in the name of glory.
We're so close to the finish line.
We are.
Just one step away. But our pace has slowed.
You'll say.
Relax. We're already back in Septimon. What's the rush?
Got a whole meal.
I remember Lupa said there's this weird blight cloud hanging over the Sanguis Plateaus.
Yeah.
And when the high tide, or whatever, rolls around, all the gladiators go there to hunt tacit discords. Wait, is the high tide coming up soon? The Ephor's invite did say something about a big hunt. That reminds me. Aren't we supposed to meet her today?
That's right.
A messenger came this morning. Augusta is dealing with an emergency, so our meeting's postponed. Looks like it'll be a while.
Yeah, rain,
An unexpected change. It's throwing everything off course.
Yeah.
I don't like the feel of it.
Yes, something's gonna be wrong.
And why me for this hunt? If it's about the Great Aegon, the messenger said none of the other gladiators were invited.
Where's Lupa?
Who knows? Maybe she just wants to test her strength against you. Typical Septimontian, right?
That's stereotypical.
You think
Abby.
so? I've only met her a few times, but I doubt she acts on such simple impulses.
Yeah, I agree.
And as the Ephor, can she really thoughtlessly do whatever she wants?
Probably not.
Guest from afar,
Who is this?
you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But
Who are you?
what troubles you so that eyes
Dude.
once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds? A warrior who walks the blade's edge does not falter over trifles.
Let me take a good look at you, dude. Got some good markings here, but I can already see the reason why you're blindfolded.
The clouds, if I may guess, are cast from the throne. At the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephor's palace, secrets lie buried. and the most intricate among them are those born from the pursuit of power. Even one as honorable as the Ephor must learn when to be ruthless. In Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood, anyone who seeks the throne without knowing the cost is no better than a lamb marching to the butcher's knife.
And you must be Nestor, right?
I am Nestor,
Figured.
a traveling poet.
A blind one. But I feel sorry. Hey, look at
The
this
lands
match.
in Septimont
Blind
never
folk.
seem eager to leave this season. So then, if you are curious about the Ephor, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wait, how do you know she's the champion? And all that stuff about the Ephor, too? Oh, your eyes. Oh, were we talking too loud?
You're the loudest one.
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting the senses is a habit, a natural expedience, but not the only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Ephor of Septimont. That's why I speak of her with some familiarity. I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And knowing more about those who walk alongside you is rarely without its benefits.
So then tell me about Augusta.
Augusta,
Damn.
a girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a commoner without noble patronage. And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose and eventually claimed her place.
Let me take a look at that. Damn. The big sword she's got right there. Am I seeing that there's a lot of blades that are melded into the sword? That's pretty cool, you know? Pretty badass of her. Okay. Some people say that she may get off the vibes of Mawika here. Maybe not the Genshin, but she's no knockoff. She's different.
Just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
Golden blood, I see. Alright, so let's begin this question. And what is this? Dear guest from Far, do you allow me into near forgotten stories of Augusta, but simply telling it might be a bit dull. So let's see. We could... What methods do you have in mind, or what are you trying to do? So what is this? Swipe left or right on the story cards to make choices based on the narrative. You can preview how the rest of your stats will be influenced by your choice as you swipe. The icon of the influence stat will glow up, and the extent of the influence will be indicated by the strength of the glow. Depending on your choice, the stats may increase or decrease. Once confirmed, the choice will affect the status. If the stats requirements are met at the final stage, the challenge succeeds and the story proceeds. If your stats aren't met at the final stage, the challenge fails and the story starts again. Okay, so we have... Well, this is going to be a pain. Really much of a pain. Let's see. Another thing I think. Let's see. If I were to say, what are you trying to do, or what are you trying to do, or what methods do you have in mind? Good choice here. Let's see. Wait. If I pick this one to try and pick this one? Let's see. Perhaps having the listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add more immersive touch to the... Okay. At this moment, you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, please forget your name for now. So, I guess I'm ready. Of course, Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you make, they will not alter our reality. Yet be wary. Fate is fickle, and a misstep can lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices correctly. So, we can say her past decisions may not have always been best. I understand. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts, and let me sing the epic of a young girl named Augusta. Let's take a deep breath. A gentle, warm light begins to blur your vision, and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of solemn Septimontian gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the dark tide did to your home. We are here to help. Observe the man in front of you. Typically observe the man in front of you. Let's see, we can boldly observe the man in front of you, or timidly observe the man in front of you. Alright, let's boldly observe. Different choices will change the corresponding stats value. That way we have more health. So, let's see. You must be hungry. This should be enough to keep you starving for now, so we could refuse... No, we're gonna take the food because we are. Chin up, take the food, and the gladiator. We can take you to Septimon City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Staring at these ruins won't change a thing. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the black tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. So we can grip your sword with determination, or let go of your sword. No, I think. If I know of Augusta, I think she'll grip the sword with determination. Let's see, this is martialism and willpower. Right. The gladiators shake their heads and pat your shoulder. Let's see. We could look back at the ruined village or follow them. I guess we could just follow them. Because I think the personality of Augusta, she never looks back and only looks forward. So I'm going to say, follow them. Remember to maintain stats balance. The story ends if a stat drops to 0. A story chapter is complete once the corresponding goals are met, so we need to reach 100 reputation. Let's see. We can stay quiet. In the end, you chose to leave the village. The gladiator's words revealed a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you are leaving behind. In your travels, we could stay quiet or engage with the gladiators. Let's engage, because she doesn't grow to be an Ephor without staying quiet, so... What was this? That's a reputation, let's build it. So let's see. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimon by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. So we could remain quiet and anxious, but I think show your awe of the city. She's interested. A poster of the gladiators Aegon is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. So the gathering people push you towards the crowd or draw closer to the crowd. I think she's more interested in the Aegon. So I'm going to say, let's draw closer to the crowd. She needs more willpower. So, you must know, Septimon reveres strength. Here, only the victor reigns. This is a law older than the city itself. So you notice the passion-filled eyes of the Septimontian. You notice there's a stain in the eyes of the Septimontian. So I guess they're passion-filled. Eaten, eat, or be eaten. Such is the way of the city. To survive, you'll have to find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. You can't stop thinking about their compensation. You realize that gladiators are the very symbol of strength in Septimont. If there is a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find strength you're looking for. So, we can she ain't gonna quietly leave the crowd. We're gonna tear down the poster and walk away from the crowd. Because we want to get this. So, we lost a bit of health. As you leave, you notice that three words stand out in the incessant chatter: identity, status, and talent. They seem to be an essential part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as a mere boring displays of butchery. But we're hardly entertained by the sight of rats shrieking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence. A warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Want to have a little bet on how many mangy rats are going to try for the Aegon this year? Then, and their stench be sticking up the place. Let's see. We could ignore the words, or you're slightly concerned about your status and talents. No, she's not going to let these idiots bring her down, so we're going to ignore the words. You are determined to step onto the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day, and perhaps even teach you to see the fight through to the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato. Kato is a retired gladiator star, but takes on a few proteges. So you want to join the Aegon, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussions about gladiators, identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septimont seem to value these more than anything. We could choose to lie about our past, or speak honestly about your past. I think she is more than likely to be honest, because there is nothing to gain by lying. If you lie something about it to boast something about yourself in the arena, I guess action speaks more louder than words, so we're going to be honest. Accepting fate. The dark tide took you home, and you came to Septimont seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some metal, but that's not going to cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. So we could try to argue, or just stay silent. No, we're not going to stay silent. We're going to be... Alright, let's argue. Why not? What now? Still here, are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Okay, we can just tighten your grip on the sword, or let's just stare at his eye. We're going to stare right in his eye. Alright then, let's have a duel. Then one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. So, alright, we can accept the duel after a great deliberation, but I think, or accept the duel without hesitation. While seeing her personality, I think she'll not hesitate. Blades meet in a sharp clash. Kato moves with practiced ease. You are quickly defeated. Strengthless. Do you realize how weak you are? Which is why I want to become a gladiator. Which is why I'm seeking power. I think this might be a proper answer, to be honest. Do you really know who you're fighting against? Can you really best me? You can't. Now, you can't. Now, how do you plan to end this? We could probably challenge him the next day, or just give up. I think Well, I think in stories like this, I think perseverance is more than likely chosen, or more than likely more common. So I think more than likely she'll challenge him the next day. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you are as pestering as the city folks you say are, huh? We could defend, or we can attack. I'll choose to defend. Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge to Kato. You were swiftly beaten again. Go back, this is not your path. We'll continue to challenge him on the 3rd day. Or just go back. No, let's challenge him on the day. Too slow, too weak. Too slow, too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. We could say, I'll be stronger, or I'll be faster. I'm going to say, I'll be stronger. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate, you've lost. I'm gonna still challenge him. Still not ready to give up? Why don't you sell your sword? It'll get you some food at least. Let's see. Let's challenge him again. You stand before Kato again, dragging your exhausted body nearly at your limit. Let's see. A bomb about to collapse. I can still fight. I can still fight. The wind swept up by the blade whispers past, and you're suddenly home. A soft light cascades on the great oak's leaves, and you hear your friend's laughter, your parents' gentle calls. In the very next breath, a bone-deep chill engulfs you. That touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind, and your hand instinctively gripped the sword's hilt. Can't stop here. I won't surrender. I won't surrender is probably a good choice for him. Trainee gladiator, we defeated Kato. He seized the opening and let it hit on Kato. Kato hands you his sword and turns to leave. You can call out to Kato. Let's catch Kato's sword. It's rather heavy. Yeah, catch it. In Setamon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated. A symbol of conquest. The sword is yours now. Victor, conquest. We'll go with Victor. If you are determined to bite off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta, that's your name, isn't it? We can nod. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. The spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even the name of some wild beast. I am prepared, or I have no other choice. This will affect our reputation, right? Yeah. And only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see this day? I will make the crowd cheer. I'm just gonna say, I will make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow, 6 sharp, right here. And that's the end of chapter 1. Okay, this is getting interesting.
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? Or mere stubbornness? Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, Across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself again and again. Greatness. Yes, our era has certainly seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone. They are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
What's wrong?
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the Ephor we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth. I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising to where she is now.
No, there might be one.
Do you mean Kato?
Kato.
Do you believe Kato handed her that final victory on purpose? And that his scathing words were a test of her resolve?
Maybe he had long grown tired of that corrupt system.
Then Kato must have been an idealist to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
Let's see. Alright, let's continue chatting with Nestor to learn about the Ephor story. Epic of the Blazing Sun? Let's continue on. Alright, dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Kato's training, and today, the grind continues. Stick to the training schedule. You arrive at the training site. Repeating the same moves over and over again has begun to wear out on your patience. You notice some gladiators training in moves you've never seen before. You decide to stay focused and keep up with your own training, or peek into their training. No. Okay, so there's no reason to pick up on others' training when you have your own training, right? I'd rather stay focused to keep up your own training. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wooden post, patching yourself up over and over. We could give in to the sadness or endure and push through. Like I said, perseverance and endurance triumphs. Days slip by, and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Kato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now, you are on your own. Is this my graduation ceremony, or the training ends today? Here's my final task for you. Tell me, why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all this training? You are unsure of what to say, or you already know the answer. I believe we already know the answer. Never forgotten. Your ideal has never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others, you meet Kato's gaze, and he reads the answers in your eye. I remember my true ambition. I offer King Kato your thanks. We don't give thanks yet. I remember my true ambition. I don't say that. Yeah, she never falters. She'll just keep on. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Kato's words from when this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talent. Tell me, when will I see this day? I will make it happen. I very much look forward to it. I'm going to say this. I'll make it happen. You're aware that sponsors for the Gladiators Aegon are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except perhaps in the underground arena. These are all top of the line in merchandise. I got here. Care to have a look? Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinized by nobles and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Take a step forward or volunteer yourself. We're taking a step forward. The audience casts their eyes in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. Glimpses of the noble's lavish style flicker through. Visions of your home's ruin flash within your mind. I don't think it really matters, because these laughs, so they really did have a hand in that disaster. The rot in high places also played a part in your home's ruin, or the dark tide alone did not destroy your home. The rot in high places also played a part in your home's ruin. I see. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life in indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desires. Because silently you swear to shatter these rules, a fire of anger ignites in your chest. Honestly, I think we'd rather shatter those rules, to be honest. I'm gonna say this. Well, a villager girl with such a remarkable forte, dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septima had a joke this amusing. You could show them your sword. Try and you'll see. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown and scrambling for your life so we can all have a good laugh? Or do you think playing innocent will win you a favor? I never disappoint. I'm gonna say that. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. You give the nobles a chilling stare as they talk in whispers. You bear a small anticipation that no, we'll just give them a stare. Entertainment, you say? In sentiment, strength defines worth. We shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn your view towards the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed old-school noble walks down from the stands towards you. He smells of rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats, as the Sentimantians had to put it, but a foul odor and wealth. Silently clench your fist, or you frown at the old-school noble. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. Survive them, and we may speak further, brave young lady. Okay, so we got that done. Reputation's done. Alright. You accept the noble's trials. Through trials, though trials is too fine a word for something intended only to break you. You can head to the trial grounds or head... I don't think it matters, does it? Alright. Outside the walls of Santamont City lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide. Your homeland. Wow. Returning home, you can't help but feeling sentimental. It's now different from the home you remember. I have to say that. It's very different. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted by the dark tide prowls deep within a cave. No common blade can cut through its skin. Your first trial is to slay that beast. The noble, however, decides to strip you of all equipment but a dull sword. I have no choice but to accept, or a dull sword is more than enough, because it's probably more than enough. Yeah. The mountain trail winds like a serpent. Among the charred tree stumps, dozens of bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue forward against the unpleasant smell. When the first rays of sunlight split the clouds, the cave reveals itself, breathing death. Before you get a clear picture of the cave, a crushing force presses down upon you. You can ask, who are you, or try to break free. Let's say, who are you? Shh, get down! You're trying to get yourself killed? Hold your breath, or you'll alert it. Struggle or do as he says. Might as well. You turn and see a hunter. Just then, a massive beast roars and walks past where you're hiding. We can keep our head down, or we can secretly stare at it. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him the beast did not notice you. Going by those clothes, you're a Septimon's gladiator, huh? I used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed out by the nobles, and ended up like this. Heard nothing but the things. The skills honed for battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimon has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such reality. Now, the choice will affect my strength and willpower, but this choice will affect my willpower and reputation and strength, right? Let's see. We could ask the hunter what you should do, or we can ask the hunter about the lion beast. Let's go with ask the hunter of what you should do. Only a madman will go after that lion. I know what I'm doing, or I have my reasons. I have my reasons. His words are rough, but eventually he tells you everything he knows. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparations for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you chose to silently observe the lion beast in the following days. After a few days, you've managed to grasp an overall behavior pattern of the beast. Thus, you march towards the deep cave. We enter the cave, right? Deep within the cave's dark embrace, you tread softly. Then a sudden dread freezes your steps. Between the flickering torch flames, a monstrous shape appears, the lion beast. Fire from the nether dances amid its golden mane, while claws like scythes tear wounds in the earth. We could draw your sword and strike the lion beast, or maintain distance and swing your sword. So we gotta be careful when dealing with this. So we could, let's maintain distance. As you expected, your sword fails here. It's ineffective against the lion. Before you can take a breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to dodge its attack and search for its weak point, or we can quickly analyze the cave's environment. Yep, at this point we cannot search for a weak point because we're inside a cave. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have to analyze the cave's environment, because the environment is what's more important. Because if I remember something out of some anime, and that was Goblin Slayer, and you get a working adventurer swings a longsword inside a cave when dealing with goblins. Big mistake. Because he did a wide swing, it hits the cave's walls instead. Yeah. We're just going to quickly analyze the environment. Alright, so just before the lion beast pounces at you, you slash with all your strength at the stalactite above. It crashes down into the lion's gaping jaws. We can say it's not over yet, or it still has the fight. It's not over yet. You land on its neck. It lunges to seize you, but your swift dodges force its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Seeing your chance, you give a final pull, and the beast strangles itself in a frantic struggle. Finally, the trial has ended, and you drag your exhausted body towards the stream. Clear water cascades down into the mountain alley, and the dense forest slumbers quietly in nature's cradle. You rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red. The birds scatter and the fish vanish. You sense the forest's unease at your presence. Are they afraid of my power? Are they afraid of me? The critter's panic plunges you into reflection. For the first time, you realize that power can still fear. You are still somewhat shaken, but at this point, we desire more power because we're in the download here. We need to have the mindset that we need more power. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposes the second trial upon you. I know full well the next one won't be easy. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement, I'm sure you're aware, girl. That all the warriors of Settlement have 2 lives. Kato seemed to mention this before. 2 lives. Yeah, he did mention it before. One by their parents, and the other by their sword. You may consider the sword in a gladiator's hand as their life in their arena. For your second trial, bring me 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy of standing in the arena. Turn with disgust as you wave to accept or calmly accept. You know, I think when I look at that sword, I think she'll have to calmly accept. Because no matter what, she'll have to keep a mindset. To get the admission pass for the Aegon, you start the second trial. Day after day, you fight gladiators of sentiment. As your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see when you will fall. Look, it's that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Just look at the size of her. How will she even carry those swords? Alright, we ignore their comments or focus on the opponent before you. And this is during the fight? Yeah, focus on the opponent. You have grown used to this kind of noise. The deafening cheers numb your fatigue. Your sword now rests against your opponent's throat. Let's see. Suppress your desire to kill or spare the opponent and wait for the next challenger. Let's spare. One by one, the gladiators you've challenged grow in numbers. Those you defeated kneel before you, offering their swords, symbolizing their honor with both hands. We can steadily plant the opponent's sword into the ground. Raise your opponent's sword. No, it's not a victory for me. I'll just put... What if I just put this one? Even in Sentiment, there's a limit to opponents that prove a challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challengers. You have targeted Victor, a frequent champion of the Aegon from one of the noble houses. Do you have any idea who Victor's father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Aegon. Power, wealth. Those are... Sorry, I had to yawn. Those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor has the best mentor. The finest weapon. Oh, so what? Indeed. The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer. A perfect job, a substantial fortune. If you walk away from the duel, fuck that. We're ripping the contract because no, we're not gonna take bribe. We're not gonna take the fall. We're not. What did Lupa say? We're not. What do they call it? Throw the towel? We're not doing rig matches. No. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble servant spits curses in your face. We could respond Say nothing, avoiding altercations, or let's respond calmly. You ignorant country peasant! Do you know what it means to refuse a noble? Then you shall suffer for your arrogance. When the time comes, don't expect any pity, as you won't be getting any. Let's see. I, the scion, beside the servant. Yeah. The scion silences the rambling servant and tears up the contract. Let's go. There is no point in talking sense into an ignorant fool. Then again, I'd appreciate it if you don't waste too much of my time in the arena. They throw a bag of credits as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm and mocking gestures. They attempt to overwhelm you with their pride. Retaliate with the same insults, or... Honestly, we're just gonna feel nothing. Because at this point, it doesn't really matter, does it? The day arrives. Victor accepts your challenge with his honor of nobility as the stake. You remember well the haughty look he wore but a few days prior. But the nobles wield only words, not swords. Victor knows nothing about swordsmanship. You easily defeat the weak, incompetent scion, and casually lifts his pretty helmet with the tip of your sword. Let's see. Stare at the watching nobles with contempt, or approach the noble seats. Let's go all out. I have won, and I have achieved it without wasting your time. Did you see? Your gilded lies shatter before real strength. Step on Victor's helmet. I'm picturing right here. You don't step on the helmet. Let's just toss it back up. The crowd erupts in cheers and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumph, lower their heads. You return to your lodging to count your trophies. 99 swords. 99 opponents defeated. Now only one life is left to claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation and dare not challenge you, except one. How you say it? Aridel? Aridel, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he was born with powerful forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. A sword tempered by countless battles is no less sharp. Talents no longer matter to me. Yeah, I don't think at this point she doesn't really care about status, identity, or talent. Amidst the endless chanting of the name Aridel, you arrive as promised. Even the old school noble is present this time. As always, spectators crowd the arena. Your opponent's towering physique dwarfs yours, and his crushing presence brings to mind the fearsome lion beast. After several exchanges, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold, and Aridel's armor is unusually heavy. You are all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. Anger brews within you. Yeah, let's keep going. You then shift your pace, luring Aridel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more rounds, his step grows loose. His reaction sluggish. Seize the opportunity. Your sword stops just before the neck of Setamon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately, the crowd erupts into applause. Stab! 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 Is that so? Oh yeah, because before she became Ephor, the gladiator battles was just brutal. Kill! 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 Now? Aridel closes his eyes and accepts fate. Victory is already mine. Let's leave it here. Let's leave it here. In front of everyone's watchful eye, you only take Aridel's sword. You then bow towards the audience before turning to leave. You feel a sense. You feel the people's gaze. You feel a sense of relief. silence. Live! 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 Leave the cheers behind you or look back at the crowd and wave. The next day, you arrive before the old school nobles with 100 lives. Aradel is merely made of Setamont's flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. I'm ready for the third trial. Yeah. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of Arzenosa. That is an impossible feat. He never planned to let me pass the trial, huh? I know Arzenosa. It has never tasted defeat. People say it's a peak no humans can ever reach, the last wall of Settlement, but I have no reason to yield. I accept. It is this insurmountable challenge that stirs the thirst for victory to your blood. You accept the third trial to confront the guardian of Settlement, Arzenosa. Again, I'm going to keep continuing on. On the eve of the trial, you return to the training grounds once again. While you wait for Kato, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of strength. You can hug it gently, or cut it down and leave the past behind. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength can be destructive. It can certainly be destructive. Strength brings conquest. Strength is humanity's oldest rule. Augusta, I will be there for your last trial, and I will call your name for all to hear. Let's see. Thank you. Now we give thanks. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collection of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest. But how will you show them to the world? You once heard the tale of a legendary gladiator, a warrior who would always fuse their opponent's swords with their own after victory. Now you decide to tread the same path and stand before the smithy. Gaze at the flying sparks from the blacksmith's forge. Stop outside the blacksmith's school forge. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you still seek to do this with power not of your own. Watch the blacksmith hammer rise and fall. An unseemingly impractical idea emerges. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. Feel the power. Grip the heavy sword in your hand. Your forte never stands out among resonators, but its seemingly insignificant power is enough to be stronger than this forge fire, and hammer swings. The day of the final trial has finally arrived. You walk to the arena center with your newly forged sword. The bronze horns blare from atop the 12 stone pillars. All eyes are on you. Everyone is eager to witness how a human will rival the strength of Arzenosa. Let's survey. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cut through the noise of the crowd. The nobles' banners flutter and fall. A colossal shadow swallows the sunlight around you. Arzenosa appears. Someone's actually calling me for a bit. I'll be right back. Let's see. Alright, so there's a slight ringing in your ears, or Arzenosa's mountainous size catches your eye. I think we can just see her. We need the willpower. It's awake! A noble shriek. Arzenosa stands silently opposite you. Slowly, its eyes open, coldly watching you. You can rest your hand on the hilt, or focus and stay alert. With a sudden sweep of her tail, the lioness shatters the stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. A chill seeps seeps through the tear in the cloth of your left shoulder. Let's see, you can take a defensive stance or take initiative. We need more martialism. Alright. The screams from the stands are soon drowned by the lioness's war. A wave of sound and dust rips past your ears. You can taste blood on your lips and tongue. We could quickly patch yourself up. No. I think we should ignore the pain and tend to the wound later, because right now we're facing against this thing. And I know how hard this thing fights. So ignore the pain, tend to the wound later. This strike shall be my all. Recall your encounters from previous battles. You managed to withstand Arsenosa's fierce attack, and at that moment, it withdraws. Seize the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in its right foreleg. The golden blood spills in the arena. Submit of Settlement. Arsenosa ceases her attack, her mane brushing against your blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. You hear the crowd chant your name in your on armor. The voices, they are. Listen to the waves of the cheers. O wise and noble Arsenosa, the mighty guardian of Septimont, bestow upon her the crown of courage and strength. When the cries of triumph resonate with the earth, we see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimont. O sun and moon, witness this extraordinary feat. Witness her epic dedication to Septimont. As the platform rises, you seize that by earning Arsenosa's blessing, you have been granted a privilege. They're all bowing to me. You are crowned the champion without the great Aegon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. Let's raise. Ooh. Look at that. That is how awesome it is. At last, you stand atop the summit. The champion, only now with battle fire cooled in your veins, do your wounds raise their voices in protest. You have shattered the decaying order with strength, and through strength you shall reshape new rules. You shall wield gladiators' valor on the righteous path, for you shall allow no more fragile lives to tremble before death. You shall ensure that your homeland's tragedy will forever be undone. Yet, should these new rules, forged by might, lose their foundation, will they not fall? A cold whisper of unease coils in your chest. Well then, no time for pointless pondering now. From this day forward, your sword, your honor, your 2 lives shall serve Septimont. The spectators cheer you on, and the story concludes with a happy end.
Merely the rough shape of a short epic. This is all I can offer about the Ephor. Now, as a listener, what do you make of my narration?
Let's see. I still don't know the Ephor enough. Nothing special. To be honest, I kind of enjoyed it.
I appreciate your kind words, my generous listener. I am only a humble wordsmith, spinning verses and rhymes. The essence of poetry is granted by those who dare defy their fate. There is one thing I must confess. Through my words, your knowledge of the Ephor is partial, at best.
That is true.
Poetry can only offer a glimpse of the true story. The reality of people, events, and things slips beyond the grasp of words. I do not belong in the pages of the epic, so I remain confined to the observer's gaze. I can imagine events and emotions unfold, but I cannot truly recreate them. Here's some advice for you, though I hesitate to call it such. If you want the truth of a story, step into it. Become part of it. The opportunity stands before you now. As I've said, the tale between you and Augusta, the hero of Septimont, is only now turning its next page.
You seem to know exactly what I'm about to do. I'm not sure why I'm suspicious.
It's not difficult to see. Fate flows like the stars, tracing their course. Your destination is written in the steps you take. The rain is passing. I hear it ceasing its symphony upon the earth. It is time for farewells. Before I leave, may I ask you one last question? What is it that has lifted Augusta to the seat of power? What is it that makes a ruler?
Well, I'd say strength.
That's common.
Let's be real. There's no way Augusta could have passed those trials without strength. Rover, what do you think?
Don't make me choose. It was strength and conquest. It was her unyielding resolve. It was born from the hardship of the past. Honestly, I do not know the answer to that question, my friends. It can't be strength and conquest. I would say conquest. Let me see. Because we're going over the story. It's common to say it's all about conquest and all that, because she had the strength. I would say she had the perseverance, the will to overcome, the will to survive. Because she ignored the pain, ignored the. I guess you could ignore the pain. You don't have no hesitation needed. That I believe. I would say resolve. Honestly, it's hardship. I would have said uneasy resolve, but when I think about it, she came from a destroyed village. She had to endure the scrutiny from the nobles, the hardship of being a gladiator, of being weak. She had to break herself, or forge herself to be strong, right? So it's gotta be hardship.
You needn't rush to answer now. Keep it in mind as you continue your journey. When the final chapter is written, the answer will reveal itself.
Why do I feel like this man's talking like Cristofolo? Or Cristoforo.
Farewell, my friend. Our paths crossed by fate and by chance.
It's him, isn't it? It's gotta be him.
Soon, after this brief encounter, everything about me will be gone with the wind. But you, your epic continues.
I swear to God, if he turns out to be Cristoforo. Probably not. Maybe? Who knows? Let me see. There's a glimpse. There was a glimpse. I didn't think so. Now, who are you? Paper cranes? Paper cranes? Why origami? It was a faint glimpse. The previous day.
Your Excellency, you have indulged her too much. As the priestess, Yuno is far too unruly in both action and word. It's a disgrace to her title.
Indeed. She entered the palace unannounced, uninvited, and with no decorum. A blatant affront to the authority of the palace.
Your authority, not hers.
Same as always. Senators, all she crossed was a doorway. One too insignificant to carry the weight of our authority, or defend anyone's fragile pride. Let us not forget, it is not the walls of Capitolini Hill that command fear. It is my will, my sword, and our relentless conquest. I know your fear. You fear a priestess's voice drowning yours, and a rebel challenging the Senate's rules. But listen well. Power does not bow to sycophants, cowering behind their traditions. If you seek power, then step from the shadows. Face me, and prove yourself worthy.
I like her already. So is the next story going to be about these two?
Took you long enough, Augusta. Handling the senators takes time. You know that.
What's their steal?
Well, to keep our esteemed priestess from waiting, maybe next time I'll just leave them to their own devices. I'll make sure they record every detail of your feat, and relay it word for word to Grandmother Lilibet.
Lilibet. All right, let's see. Lilibet, the current head priestess of Setimont.
Priestess Iuno. Unruly behavior left Tetragon Temple without permission, and trespassed into the Ephor's palace.
She don't circuit it.
I wonder, who will lose it first? Lilibet? Or you?
Let those old foxes report me all they want. If they step into the tetragon left foot first, I'll shoot the left. Right foot first, I'll shoot the right.
Damn.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
And you agree?
The Senate should be reminded now and then that the Tetragon's kindness is not a reason to take Priestess Yuno lightly. Why didn't you wait there? I had everything handled. We depart for the hunting ground tonight. If anything changed, you could have reached me by my terminal. You didn't need to come all the way here. I want you free of duty until that day arrives.
She's concerned of her.
You're overthinking it, Augusta. I'm here to see that person.
Are we talking about Rover?
Grandmother Lilibet said her fate is one of unknowable void.
Yeah.
Sounds
it is.
intriguing enough to make time for.
Yeah, it is.
So that's it? Too bad. The ship from Laguna won't dock until tomorrow morning, and we'll be gone by then.
Ugh, what a hassle.
They're so carefree.
Patience, you know. The warrior has accepted the invitation. So, you'll have plenty of time to meet during the hunt.
It's the accent. I love it.
Is there something else you want to say?
I read Grandma Lillibut's Book of Prophecies. The hunt and our plan, neither end well.
Let me see. Okay, Book of Prophecies. A scroll Lilibet carries, recording visions glimpsed in the flame light. Both this book and the murals within Tetragon Temple are media through which the priestesses of Setamon convey prophecies to the people. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can make this into a thumbnail too.
Are you sure we should go through with this?
Risk does not trouble me. Peril simply requires greater strength. But really, when did you start caring about the temple's traditions?
O ye faithless of Septimont, the divinity is enraged. Should your ruler defy their will again, doom shall be your fate. Lately, I've been hearing murmurs from the nobles again about the ancient prophecy from Raguna.
I will admit, those words once carried weight. But when our ancestors crossed the waters and climbed these hills, Raguna's divinity didn't get a seat on the ship. And the priestesses all said the prophecy was incomplete. Only the hero of heroes, wielding extraordinary power, risen from the dark tides, shall bring eternity to Septimont. Then shall the waters quiet, the tempest still, and glory return with the blood of the old king.
Hero of Heroes, the legendary ruler of Setamont. The legend traces its roots to an ancient prophecy that only the one who becomes the hero of heroes can save Septimont from falling into ruin.
Do not forget, this is the other half of the prophecy. Fabius, Attilius, Valeria, one after another, these heroes have saved Septimont from the brink of ruin. As long as a hero stands, no disaster can break this eternal city.
What if this time is different?
Who is Augustus VA?
What if ruin is our fate?
Then I will sever that fate with my blade.
Ooh. Damn it. I was trying to capture that moment. Oh well.
What's so amusing?
So, the fearless priestess Iuno can be frightened after all. But it's fine. If you're afraid, don't push yourself. I can handle this alone. Most revered priestess, wait for me in the temple. I shall return victorious.
That sounds like you should say something to someone you care about deeply.
Frightened. Me? If anything, it's you, trying to shut me out and face it alone.
I bet anyone who played this before me teased these two for being a couple. I'm not sure. You guys got to clarify this for me.
Fine. Go ahead. You'll come back to me sooner or later.
Confirms.
That I can't deny.
Damn.
I knew it. So you do need me for this hunt.
Thank you. You know.
Yeah. I want to see if I can capture this moment here and there. Might be a good one. Maybe it's too bright.
Why are you saying this?
Huh?
The storm is coming. Come. You know my friend. The best way to greet a storm is to walk straight into it.
Damn. Alright, so that's the end of that quest. Rust, Sword, and the Sun. We got a glimpse of Augusta, how Augusta came to be. But, that being said, it's now, Act 8 is now, so I'm going to end this video here. And wow, who knew that you had to make stories and choices here and there? You know, I knew there was a bad ending here, but when you think about it hard enough and learn more about Augusta's personality, what she would have chosen,
This is a testament to my connection with the world around.
and everything else, I think she would have made those choices the way. So, let's see, where is this going to lead me? Oh, we have to meet her over there at the Late Night Hotel. So, alright, so until then, I will have to end the video here, and probably the next day, I will be working on Act 8 to do the next quest. Because I'm getting a little bit closer to ending this whole Renacida story, and I still got a little bit of time before I can do the episodic quest, I believe, and that was this one, right? No, that's the event trials. I think this was here, right? No, that's not it. Episodic quest can only be... I think the episodic can only... wait, what is this? After story, tomorrow's... Oh! I could do some after stories. You know what? I think I might do some after stories, but I think this would be tied to the main quest here and there. I honestly didn't know about the timing of when to do the after stories, you know? I honestly just didn't know about it. These are side quests, by the way. The end stories here, so I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna stop right here before I continue on. So thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it. I do appreciate likes on my videos, and I will love you all for it. To click the like button, it'll help me out greatly, and I will love to have your support by clicking that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I will love you all for it. It means a great deal, and I really do appreciate your help and your support. If you have anything to say about this quest here, the comments section are down below. If you want to put anything you want to say about it, or tell me what I've missed. I never dare to try the bad endings here and there because I don't want to fail it. Yeah. Then again, it doesn't hurt to experiment, but I really want to cut back on making long videos. But I rather do long videos to do the full quests rather than parts. It just makes it easier for me. And unless it's long series, a game that has a long friggin' story, like Silent Hill or Resident Evil, I plan on doing that in the future. But my channel is far from perfect in Twitch, so I don't think I'll be able to do much of streaming. Plus, I have a tight schedule of IRL, so I can't do much. Well, I also cannot wait to see what Augusta and Nuno have in store for me, and how this story in Septimont would end. So, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the new video. So peace out. Have an awesome week. Enjoy your summers. Enjoy your summer. Stay cool, relax, and enjoy watching my videos. Till then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!